And we are live. At least I believe that we are. Guys, do me a favor. Leave a one down into the chat if you can hear and or see me. As per usual. Welcome back again to another Red Cup Talk. I'm just getting situated over here. All right. We're going to have a powerful discussion here today. I'm actually pretty excited for this discussion. I feel like it's something that needs to be addressed. Not tomorrow, not a week from now, not a month from now, but today. I think it needs to be talked about. Okay. Put a one down into the chat if you guys can hear and or see me. Just make sure that my audio, visual, everything is looking and doing a-okay. I see some folks just came in. Malcolm was good. Jordan was good. Yeah, MTR intros be like, hi. Listen, we got to get it in here today. Zero, I see you. Hex, I see you. Listen, Jessica, I see you. Let me bring them up on the screen too as well. Guys, leave a one down into the building. I don't see any ones yet. If you guys can hear and or see me, we got to hit the discussion correctly here today. Oh, there we go. I see some ones that's coming down in here. What up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Happy Red Cup Talk. Let's get a conversation going. My sound is low. Hold on. Is my sound? Is anyone else hearing my sound coming in low? Anyone else hearing my sound come in low? Hold on, let me double check. Is anyone else hearing me come in low? Let me know. I don't want to keep on going. I may have to restart some ish real quick. In the meantime, as we're figuring out the sound issue. All right, you sound good to me. I'm gonna keep on going though. Guys, come in. Let's have a discussion here today. Listen. This is gonna be a call-in show. At the same time, I'm not gonna be here all night. I guarantee you. This is Saturday night. Actually, the original plan for the show, I was gonna actually have Tiffany as well as Lynn come in. Tiffany has something that came up, so we're gonna be rescheduling. So, but within that, I posted a community chat post earlier today in about 7-8 hours ago, and I wanted to form that base that in the Red Cup discussion today. I think you guys are gonna really enjoy it. At the same time, though, I think we really have to go and really have to talk about these very unique instances. We got to promote the clarity within that. You understand me? What up, everybody that's coming down into the building? I see each and every one of you. All right, Ant, I see you. Malik, I see you. Malcolm was good. Jordan was good. Patreon gang in the building. I see each and every one of you. Deshaun was good. All right, Anel, how are you? Quincy, how are you? Miss A, I appreciate you. Okay, good. Jordan was throwing me off. How dare you, Jordan? Shout out, Jordan. Hassan, how are you? Everyone coming out into the building. Let's get it here. The streets is calling. Listen, I got to get out of there, but I wanted to have a dope discussion with you guys today. As you guys are coming into the building, do me a favor and hit on the like button. Would appreciate it. Again, we're not going to make this an incredibly long conversation, but what I wanted to do is I really wanted to go in and I wanted to give my perspectives on the image that you guys see in the thumbnail, which is also the same image that I posted in the community chat post 7 or 8 hours ago. And thus far, it has generated like almost 500 comments, I think is what it was at right now. So this is a very interesting topic, but I think that it needs a perspective, it needs a voice on it, and it needs a conversation on it as well. So I'm going to make this a call-in show. I want to be able to hear from your guys' perspective as well after I give you kind of what I think about it. You understand me? Normally, I spend a lot more time setting this up, but I'm going to get right into the conversation right now. Shout out to the family. I see you down in there. Intro, I see you down in there. Hold on. Let me share the screen real quick just to get us all talking the same shit. For folks that just clicked in this that don't know what I'm talking about, this is the image that we're going to be talking about today. You understand me? I can't remember where I got this from. Most of the things that I grab, I find, I don't remember where they come from, but that's neither here nor there. But the reason why I chose to post it up here is I thought it would be an interesting conversation, one of which that I was not sure how it would be anticipated by my user base and anyone else who gets shared this information, right? This meme, this picture. I'm not sure what it originates from. If you guys know where this originates from, feel free to send me an email or leave it down into the live chat so I can give them their just due, right? So I can give them their proper attribution as well, okay? I'm not sure where exactly it originally comes from. If you know, let me know, okay? But we got to be able to talk about this. We got to be able to talk about this because we talk about this thing of value on the channel, right? We talk about this thing of value on the channel all the time, right? We talk about this thing of what is your value? You know, where are you ranked and stacked in the sexual marketplace, the dating marketplace, the marriage marketplace, right? What are the things that you are bringing to the table, right? We talk about that a lot on this channel. Guys, have you seen in the past, I upload a ton of videos where I actually react to someone else interviewing people, asking them, what is it that they bring to the table? I upload my own content where I have someone sit right next to me. I have a woman sit right next to me and I ask, what is it that you bring to the table, right? What are your standards? What are things that you are looking for? You understand me? Now, as I look at this image, when I look at this image, one of the first things that comes to my mind is this is an image based in standards, okay? That it's based in standards. Now, when I posted this, I got a lot of different types of reactions from a lot of different people, okay? Like I said, it was like 450 different comments, some good, some bad, in my opinion, some wrong, some right, some were right, in my opinion. But we're going to go over there and we're going to get really down and deep with what this is. You understand what I'm saying? So the cartoon starts out, right? You see the young lady down there on the upper left-hand corner, right? Sitting, minding her own business. And what happens? She says, hey, someone else says, hey, all right? What's the next part of the cartoon? It says, meet me down here. Hold on, let me make this larger so you guys can see this. Okay. Now, it gets bigger over here. Now, what does it say over here? It says, meet me down here. Now, there's a young brother, okay? It's a black woman. I'm gonna abbreviate going into the future. This is a BW, okay? And this is a BM, all right? Anyway, so she's sitting up here, minding her own business, and then the young brother comes up, says, meet me down here. Also, real quick, before I continue to go into this is art at the end of the day, right? This is art at the end of the day, so you have to interpret it the way that you interpret it. That's the reason of art. That's the reason of museums. You walk in and you take a look at the art picture in the wall, and then you're gonna have your own perspectives depending upon where you've come from, the value of the cloth that you're cut from, right? The family that you were born into. You're gonna have your own perspectives on the art that you see and interpreting exactly what it is. Okay. So what happens? The BM, the young brother, says, meet me down here. Okay. Meet me down here. Now, one thing that I want to be able to call out that I don't know if you guys had noticed when you originally saw this particular photo, there's some things that climb up or down on right here. And it's going to be in the forthcoming images as well. Okay. So he is calling, the BM is calling to the BW and says, meet me down here. All right. She then responds back. Okay. She then responds back. She says, why don't you meet me up here? All right. Let me make this bigger. Let me see if I can make this bigger for y'all. Okay. It doesn't get any bigger. She says, why don't you meet me up here? He says, I cannot. Okay. I can't. And he's reaching up into the air. All right. So then he puts his hand down. She says, oh, and then she says, K, bye. You know what? The more that I think about this, I think I got this from one of those female dating strategy Instagrams or those female dating strategy Reddit posts. I think it was something like that. It was a female-oriented audience, okay? Female-oriented audience, all right? Slight recap, because I think we just got 50 extra people that just came in here. She says, she's sitting there minding her own business. He says, hey. He says, meet me down here. She's looking down upon him. He puts his hand up into the air, says, I cannot. Why don't you meet me up here, she says. Okay. Oh, okay, bye. Because he chose not to meet her up there, okay? Now, I think when I originally looked at this, there's a couple of things that went off in my mind as to what this all means, okay? Guys, as you guys coming down to the building, hit that like button. I would appreciate that, all right? Hit that like button. Thanks. There's a couple of things that I think that this means. What first jumped out to me is this is an image, this is a comic that's based into standards, all right? So my first question when I looked at this is I said to myself, does she have unrealistic standards? Does he have unrealistic standards? Okay? Expectations, right? Here's another thing that I consider. Is this reality? Okay? Is this reality? Is this actually, is this truthful, right? Her being that high up in the air, him being that low down into the ground. Is this truthful? Or is this her expectations, right? And I'm saying it's not his expectations because generally people are just not going to walk into a situation and think that they're way beneath someone and wants them to come down to them, okay? Is this, and it is a female focused channel, okay, or where I got this from, okay? So is it her expectations that she has arbitrarily created? Shout out to the introspective male for the hypergamy fun. Shout out, my G. I appreciate the 50 czar. I appreciate that, my G. Thank you, sir. Okay. I should have threw up a survey as well. I should have put up a survey and I should have said, what do you guys think? Is this reality or is this expectations? Instead of me pulling out the whole survey, you guys go over, click on the survey. Put a 1 down into the chat if you guys think that this is based in reality. Put a 2 down into the chat if you think this is based off of the woman's expectations. Do that right now. Put a 1 down in the chat if you think it's reality. Put a 2 down into the chat if you think it's based off of her expectations. Do that right now. Let me cue the music. All right, and we are back. Let me go back in there and see the responses that I have right now. Let me see. All right, we got, it's mostly 2s. This is like, if I was to take a guess, I would say that this is like 98% 2, okay? This is based in her expectations, okay? And you know what? When I originally looked at this, I thought the exact same thing. Shout out to Quincy Perry. Yo, what's the calling number? I'm going to try to give some perspective. Quincy, keep on, appreciate the $5 super chat as well, my G. Keep on staying in here. I'm going to drop the link when I'm done with my spiel. I'm going to drop the link down in there, and I want you guys to come in here because this is a call-in show, and I want to hear from you guys as well. But I'm going to give my perspective here first, and then I'm going to open up the phone lines. And I appreciate that, Quincy. All right, I appreciate the $5 super chat. All right. So just stay tuned. I'm going to drop it down in here in a little bit. I just want to drop it down right now because then it floods up the lobby. You understand me? So with that being said, I agree. I think that this is based off of expectations. Okay, I think it's based off of expectations. So then then what the next question that you need to ask is, are her expectations too high? That's the next question that you should ask. Are her expectations realistic? Okay. Your follow-up to that question should be, are your expectations realistic? Let's get back into the actual comments, because I wanted to go through the comments because the comments is something that you guys don't see the same way that I see them. Okay. Now, at the same time, let me also say this as well. I'm trying to work on my mental health, my mental energy. I don't check the comments the same way that I used to check the comments, because you get all types of people with all types of perspectives. But at the same time, I was looking at the comments of this one. You understand me? I was watching the comments of this one. And now there is like 85% men that follow this channel, 85 to 90% men that follow this channel. So you're going to get much more of a male perspective down into the comments. But of the women that follow the channel, here's where some of the things, I wrote down some things of their perspectives that I wanted to try to call out, okay? Because I don't have a woman's perspective. I got a male's perspective. But I wanted to try to highlight these things in order so we can set the stage just real quick. And ladies, I want you guys to call in too, if you're down up in there, okay? Here's some of the things that I saw in the comments. Some of the things I saw was, she put the work to get up there, okay? She put in the work, all right? She put in the work. Why lower her standards for a man, all right? Here's another comment that I saw. I got here, now you got to come up here with me. And you got to put the effort in to come up here. I saw that comment a lot as well. I saw this comment as well. He doesn't even look like he's trying. Okay? If you see down in here, you see the man trying to grab up, says that he can't, but there's a ladder right here. And let me also comment on this as well. No one actually said this, but I think that this is something that I saw earlier, is that, like, listen, it's a ladder, which does mean that either you can go down the ladder or you can go up the ladder. But here's the thing as well. I think it's easier to go down. It's much harder to go up. You understand me? But we'll get there in a little bit. Ja, I appreciate the $5 super sticker. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. Now, anyway, what are some other things that I said that I saw? I also saw from the women say, I'm not messing with a low value dude. His value is not high enough. His value is not high enough. I even saw some women going in there and they were trying to say, well, how are they ranking their value in between each other to determine if it makes sense for them to be dating each other, right? And I saw some women down in there saying, well, you know, his value is his masculinity, how much he's investing, right? His general, right, non-dustiness is what I was seeing. They were saying he's a dusty, she's not. She's a leveled up queen, okay? He's not on her level, and she's gonna treat him as such, okay? That's what I kept seeing. That was the expectations. That was the common theme that I saw from a lot of the ladies that's down into the comment section. I was also seeing things that was just like, from a more positive perspective, which was, she could lend a hand. She could help out, okay? She can lend a hand. She can help out. Shout out to Jordan. Appreciate the $2 super chat. Man or woman, date someone you deem valuable. Let's get in there. Appreciate the $2 super chat, my G. All right. Now, we talked about from a woman's perspective. I got some more notes down in here, so you're going to see me continuously looking down, because I'm going to make sure I'm not missing any of these themes of comments. Okay? I'm going to make sure I'm not going to miss any of these themes of comments. Now, from a man's perspective, right? They were all over the place. I'm not going to lie to you guys. They were all over the place when I was looking down into the comment section. I think that I would like to bucket, from a man's perspective that I saw down there, into positive and negative buckets. Let me go over the positive ones first. And when I say positive, Here's how I'm defining that, okay? Here's what I was saying. No man should ever expect a woman to relinquish her expectations, irrespective of where she places herself on that ladder, okay? That's a theme that I was seeing consistently down in there. No man should ever lower a BW because of his own value. All right? That's the general theme that I was seeing from one side of the coin. Another side of the coin that I was seeing was she's delusional. All right? If she thinks that she's better than a man. I was also saying, I'm writing these down verbatim. She's going to be lonely up there. All right? She's going to be lonely up there. She's going to hit the wall up there. All right? She's alone up there. She's going to stay alone up there. Leave her up there. I was also seeing this one as well. She gets more help from the government than me. Okay? She gets more help from the government than me. She's not valuable, right? Which was interesting because I was like, how do you form the opinion that she is not actually at a higher standard than him? Or how do you come to the conclusion or the summary that he is of a lower true value, right? Unless you're basing it in, is it just this expectation versus reality argument? But that's what we're going to talk about during the call-ins, okay? I was also seeing dudes say, I'm just going to go for someone on my level. I was seeing that as well. Hold up, I know this is Red Cup Talk, but I feel like you guys can't see me as much. Hold on, let me just take this off the screen just for now. Okay, let me actually move back just a little bit. Just for now, okay? Look at the Brandon. Woo! That shit is beautiful. Woo! Anyway. That's what I was saying, okay? Most of the women, both positive and negative, all right? I think we're hitting the perspective, understanding who they are and where they're coming from. And here's the interesting about me providing you guys content. I could do a booger. I could do a video and the result is me doing the Hood Booger song, right? I could do a video. I can post up a community chat post and it's, you know, men or women doing absolutely amazing things, right? I hit you guys from all different perspectives. And what I always find is that it's really interesting how different people from different backgrounds, right, who generally, you know, have the same cultural makeup, okay, are interpreting one piece of information, like one video, one meme, one post. I always find that super interesting. And what I think that it highlights is how we're all diverse as a diverse people. You understand what I'm saying? I think that it's really interesting. But here's the thing. Let me give you guys my perspective, all right, before I open up the phone lines in here. All right? Here's my perspective. All right? I don't think that it is so much that she has unrealistic expectations. I think that the men that are down in there complaining about the women, blaming the women, are simply not high value. They are simply not high value, in my opinion. They're not high value. One of the biggest problems that I see from my perspective in uploading content like this, one of the biggest problems that I see is placing the blame on other people for your shortcomings. I think that is a problem. I think that is a big problem. I think that is a huge problem. And I want to talk about it here today, okay? Fact of the matter is, I look at this image and I have no problem with it. I got no problem. You know why? Because I understand what hypergamy is. I understand what hypergamy is. I understand that I had to put in the work to attain high value. I understand I can't place myself at a 9. I can't value myself at a 9 on a scale of a 1 to 10, or a 10 on a scale of a 1 to 10, or an 8 on a scale of a 1 to 10. I know that I cannot place myself there and not expect her to be there as well. You understand me? Because if I look holistically at myself and I'm a 4, how can I expect a 9? How can I do that? It doesn't make sense. And listen, at the end of the day, sometimes I feel like I do a disservice to the idea. Sometimes I feel like I do a disservice to the ideologies, because far too often I focus on the entertainment component of the channel, and I don't focus enough on the value building components of the channel. Okay? Far too often I see down into my comment section when I'm doing a reaction with another woman sitting right here, and I get, and I'm talking about the fan favorites. Bro, where'd you find her at? Where did you, like, they not round here, da 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 da. Where did you, they not like right there. And my thing is, it's like, dog, I don't have women around me that are not high value at all. Ever. I can't expel or dispel. I can't make my energy to even consider them if they're not high value. I can't. I'm allergic to low value. And you should be too. I think far too often as a content creator, and I know that I have to take some responsibility for this as well, I'm going to take responsibility for it. Sometimes I don't allow you guys to be introspective in your own accountability. Okay? Sometimes I don't allow that. I think I need to do it more. Okay? I think that it's important. As a man, I would never expect someone else to lower their standards, right? And here's what it is at the end of the day. I don't care if her head's in the clouds and she is overvaluing her standards, I don't care. I might have my own perspective. She could value herself as somewhere. I'm going to value as something different depending upon the way that you speak to me. Okay? The things that you have done into your life, the way that you treat people around you, I'm going to form an opinion about you, irrespective of how you value yourself. I don't care of all the femininity, all the hypergamy channels that you look at and you do the level up. I'm going to make my own assessment, but that's what high value men do. So I'm going to ask y'all, for the ones that came down in there and had a problem, that has a problem with hypergamy, which we've talked about on this channel time and time again as being a part of human evolution. Are you upset at her standards? Or are you upset because you're not high value? Which one is it? Which one is it? I mean, let's talk about it. I'm going to open up the phone lines as well, because I think that this is a conversation that we have to have. This is a conversation that we have to have, and I got to be able to call this ish out because I see it down in my comment section whenever I have the mental energy to look down in my comment section. And I appreciate each and every one of you continuing to comment on that because I think that it informs a discussion. Okay? I think that it informs a discussion. At the end of the day, if she's sitting up here and she's obese, and then that's the way that she's treating you, who cares? Who cares? All right? Here's what I care about on this channel, because this is a male-focused channel, and I'm focused on y'all. Okay? And I'm focused on y'all. What did you do? Okay? What did you do to become high value? All right? Because I know what the fuck I did. I worked. Yeah. I worked to become high value. You understand me? I worked hard. And listen, at the end of the day, I know we all start at different stages in life, different difficulty settings. You understand me? I know that we do that. I know that we do that. And I'm not discounting the impact that my pops had in my life through growing up and having that tutelage. I'm not discounting that at all. And I know that it put me a far degree ahead of a lot of other brothers that look like me from a statistics perspective. I know that it did. I know that it did. Okay? But I never took handouts from anybody. I didn't even take handouts from my pops. I didn't even want money from my pops. And I never asked them for money, ever. Because I wanted it for me. I wanted to prove that I was successful. I wanted to create value for myself. I'm not saying it's to brag or like talk about my situation. I'm saying it to increase your value. Listen, at the end of the day, I know a lot of you might be living in current situations that you cannot change, in the hoods that y'all grew up in. But at the end of the day, I can't expect you to dream what you cannot see. I can't expect that. Okay? So I have to give the opportunity for more examples of that. You understand what I'm saying? I have to give that opportunity for more examples of that. Fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, folks that come in on that community post and are lambasting or blaming women, okay? That are lambasting and blaming women for their position is weak. It's weak and it's a goddamn problem. It's a goddamn problem. It's a problem. It's a big problem. Okay? Who cares where she puts her expectation value at? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares that she sees you as this? Listen, these chicks that are all around me, none of them know. Listen, the ones that I bring through, they know more because I know them a little bit better. I know them a lot more better than these chicks that will see me out here. But like, I'm not out here doing things and flashing and banging and, you know, my cars is average and this, that, and the third, but they don't know what I have on the back end. Okay? They don't know what I have on the back end. They don't know what I've been in. They don't know my investments. They don't know my assets. Okay? They don't know those things. I do that on purpose. I do that on purpose. But I know I'm high value. And I'm confident in the idea, knowledge, and understanding that I'm high value. And I know where I've come from. I took no handouts from anybody. Nobody. But I worked hard. Let me tell you guys a quick, interesting story, okay? Now, I do some coaching on the side. A lot of y'all don't know that, all right? Do some coaching on the side. What I thought was interesting, I have one client that called in, and we got to like session 3, and one of his things that he was trying to figure out how to be fulfilled in life, how to set his life up in a way where he can look back on his life and be happy, okay? Be fulfilled, all right? And we had figured out for him how to funnel in and find a passion for him, all right? So we get up on the call, we start talking, all right? And what he said was, yeah, I'm thinking about getting this certification, like we were going through it, right? And I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, this is an epiphany. Because what I saw from him was a lack of motivation to do anything. And I think a lot of that lack of motivation is because he has not found his purpose in life. Okay? He had not found his purpose in life. One of the questions that I asked him, okay, now that you know the road that you planning on going down, what are you going to be doing what are the actions that you're going to be taking in order to study up for the certification? Okay? How much time are you going to dedicate in improving yourself to get to this end goal of self-fulfillment? How hard are you going to work? How much time are you going to invest? Okay? Now, mind you, there's a lot of time in his day, okay? Because he was laid off. He told me 2 hours. He said, I'm going to start focusing, I kid you not, 2 hours a day. He's not doing anything else in his day. And I said, are you joking with me? Are you kidding? 2 hours a day? And you have infinite time on your calendar to focus on your purpose? 2 hours a day. And I laid into him. The reason I laid into him is because you are disrespecting the life that God put you here for. You're disrespecting it. You're disrespecting the 24 hours in a day. And in my 24 hours, I'm working 12 to 15 hours per day. Per day. And you got to compete with someone like me out there. And I'm working each and every day to improve what I'm doing, what I'm bringing to the table. Improving my knowledge to understand how this big green and blue rock that's floating around this sun, understand all of the things to improve my life, to achieve high value. And you're going to focus 2 hours per day? What are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your time, young man? You can't then go back later and complain. If you focus in 2 hours a day, you cannot go back later and complain about this. You cannot. You cannot complain about this. There is no excuses. There's no excuses for it. There's absolutely no excuses, and I'm tired of it. But I love y'all, so I got to be able to talk about it. I got to be able to talk about it. I'm tired of seeing dreams deferred. I'm completely and utterly tired of this shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing dreams deferred. Okay? I'm tired of men that look like me that is not exceeding expectations. I'm tired of it. How do you expect her to submit when you don't own anything? Oh yeah, we're going to get real today. How do you expect her to submit when you don't own shit? How? How? What are you doing to investing time to hone your trajectory to have assets, not liabilities? Because here's the thing. The more that you increase your value, the more valuable women that come around. They come on the channel. They're the fan favorites on the channel. Okay? They're the fan favorites on. Now I do bring some women around, and they come in and on the channel, and they start saying some fuck shit, and y'all hate them. You know? But it is what it is. But it is what it is. You'll get some that have great minds, and you get some that don't. Okay? But the fan favorites that come on the channel, those are examples of them. Those are examples. All right? These women, these are not the ones that I saw, like some of the comments that were down in there, like, yo, if you took this image right here, and you had a thug down at the bottom, a thuggo, shout out to Black Ram. I'm gonna borrow that thuggo word from him from right now. I got to give credit to him. If you put a thuggo down here, the next image, you'll see the black woman up here jumping down to the bottom which I thought was very funny, but we got to talk about it. Okay. Yeah, yeah, Logic. That's a good. Yeah, I'm not. Listen, if you go your own way, you probably didn't even comment on this. Like, if you go your own way, you probably had no feeling towards this at all. You're just like, okay, whatever. Okay. Okay. But listen, here's my thing. Here's my thing. If you bang with women and they're in your circle, and they would do that. Okay? They would jump down to the thuggo. Fuck them. That's a reflection of you. That's a reflection of the woman that you bang with. Because you're not high value. Because you're not high value. You're not. Sorry. You got some work to do. That's okay. We all got work to do. And let me also be clear as well. I'm by no means perfect. I am by no means infallible. I am by no means trying to say I've set my life up perfectly. I've made goddamn mistakes, but I know I'm high value. I know that. Do you know that? Are you confident in that? What I think is that, my bad, I'm not showing the entire picture. Hold on. I know there's some new people that's down in here. Let me show it. All right. That's the whole picture. All right. Let me see. My bad. I got some super chats. I'm going to go back up to the super chats. I appreciate you guys sticking with me here in a second. Here's my thing. If you surround yourself with women that do that, it's not all women. Shut up. It's not all women. Stop that all shit. It's not all of them. It's not all of them that like the thuggos. It's not all of them. If you think that, you're intellectually lazy, okay? You're intellectually lazy and you're probably low value. You're a low value man who messes with hood boogers. All right? Or hood boogers that barely made it out. They barely made it out. But I'm telling you, you have not seen a high value black woman, okay? Until you see one that don't want nothing to do with the hood. That want nothing to do with thuggo. Want nothing to do with them. They have nothing to do with them. They want nothing to do with them. If that's your perspective, guess what? That's a key indicator to me that you're not high value. All right? That's a key indicator to me that you are not high value. But we got to be able to talk about that because, listen, at the end of the day, you guys start hooping and hollering and cheering when I'm reacting to someone and it's like this overweight woman and I start talking about her weight. You cheer when I point that out because what I'm trying to do is to come up to reality. You cheer when I point that out. But when I say, if you have more women in your circle that go and bang with the thuggos, that's your problem. You have not attained enough high value to get outside of the places that you are and attracting the women that you are. That's your problem. That's when you don't want nothing to do with me. That's when I get the dislikes. Okay? That's when I get the low stream numbers. When it comes to fixing you and improving you, then you don't want to watch. Listen, my videos on financial planning, my videos on finding your why, your meaning, your purpose in life, these self-improvement videos that are dedicated to black men, those get 1/10 of the views. 1/10. So my strategy right now, bump YouTube with the knowledge that I know to attain high value. That's for my Patreon now. Because it occurred to me, I'm looking down at my Patreon, I'm looking down at my Discord channel, I'm like, yo, such and such is doing this, working on his purpose, working hard. Such and such is doing this, doing overnight shifts, but studying, going to school on the side. Those are the people that want the knowledge. Those are the people that want what I know. I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to give it to them. Because that's what they want. They don't want to sit back and be a victim. They don't want to sit back and be a victim. They're working to attain high value. You have to work at it. There's nothing in this life that you're going to attain without working at it. Because right now on a value index, you're a 2 and she's an 8. Irrespective of her having to work for an 8 because she looks like whatever she looks like and got the curves of whatever she looked like. Yeah, life's not fair, okay? She didn't work for any of that, all right? She hit the genetic lottery, all right? She didn't work for that. But guess what? You're a man. You got to work for it. Sorry. Sorry. You got to put in the work. It boggles my mind how much of us don't get it. It boggles my mind, but I take accountability for that. It's partly my fault. It's partly my fault. Let me go through some of the super chats real quick. I'm gonna open up the lines, and then we're gonna get active. Anyway, if you don't agree with me, call in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Shout out to Boogie Talks. Oh my G, how are you? Boogie is on his purpose. Boogie got 4 jobs. Fucking around. Boogie got 4 jobs, at least. Self-improvement is a tough road, but we can't give up as men. We have to keep pushing, having conversations, and getting better. Female hypergamy makes me work harder, not to provide, but for my happiness. Facts. I couldn't have said it better, bro. I couldn't have said it better. Okay? You work on yourself. Guess what? It's just like if you put money into a stock starting at 20 years old, right? You put money into an IRA starting at 20 years old, you're going to reap the fruits of that labor at 35, 40 years old. You have the fruits of that labor. If you don't put no money in, what fruits are you going to get? Listen, and I don't care if I don't care what your path is going to be. I don't care if it's going to be white collar, blue collar, entrepreneur. I don't give a shit. If you're not working for it though, then you're low value. Then you're low value. Hold on. Let me go through the super chats. Shout out to Casey Hayward. Appreciate the $5 super chat. How do you know that they are high value when you first meet them? Shouldn't how someone treat you be high value instead of what they have? So I agree with this. Listen, I'm action oriented. It's what are the actions, irrespective of what they said, because I've been G'd up before as well. Shit, I've been G'd up before as well. You think this, that, and the third, and you get back around it, and the actions don't equate to the words. You understand what I'm saying? But you can establish high value. The more that you're around high value people, the more that you can understand value. The more that you can see how they move, how they walk, the things that they talk about. Okay? Do they talk about drama? Do they bring up love and hip hop? Or do they talk about things that substantiate growth within their lives? Right? Or are they talking about some fight that they had the other night? Or some this, that, and the third always happen, and they walk around with a black cloud around them. All right? Those are low value. Much more information on that in the Patreon, in the Discord channel, when we have these conversations in the way that we do. Shout out to Casey. I appreciate that. Shout out to the Haitian. The problem most men have is not hypergamy. It's the narrative of we are equal. Okay? No gender roles until it's time to pay the bill. Then gender roles come into play. I'm all for equality. Pay the bill too. You know, here's the thing, the Haitian. I understand. That's actually a completely different conversation. I understand what you're saying, though. Yeah, this is changing times. Okay, this is changing times. Okay, we might need to go Dutch. All right. I understand that as well. It's a different conversation, though. Okay, it's a different conversation. We're not talking so much about the equality between the genders so much as the expectation. As a man, if you were expecting a woman to come down, right, then either A, you don't even realize, you don't have an understanding that you are not high value, or B, you just want the tip of the litter, the creme de la creme, the top of the crop, without putting in any of the work, which is mind-boggling to me. So then you blame women for the problems. You blame the government for the problems and take no accountability. That's the topic, but I appreciate the $10 super chat, my G. Hold on, I'm missing some of the super chats. Let me go back down into it. Let me also bring this up on the screen real quick. Listen, guys, at the end of the day, we have to snap the chalk at some point, all right, to be able to talk about these things realistically. Far too often we get into these conversations, okay? Far too often we get into these conversations and we're not true with ourselves. Why? Because it's funny, it's entertaining. We can point a finger at the other side of the coin, but we're not looking and being introspective on ourselves. That's the point that I'm trying to reach out to you here today. Who cares what her expectation is? At the end of the day, build yourself up. Be the best that you can be. Gain all the knowledge that you can. If you're not investing into anything right now, shit, I did a video back in March when coronavirus happened, and I was like, yo, get into the market. Now's the time to go. It's blood red in the sheets. And if you slept on that, and you didn't go in with anything that you had saved up, you're just missing opportunities. You're missing knowledge. But meanwhile, you want to click on the videos while I'm calling out a hood booger of the week or this, that, and the third. Have accountability. It's both sides of our faults to a degree. There's some shit that happens on both sides of the coin that we should all be taking accountability for. Hold on, let me keep on going into the super chats. A high-value man wouldn't climb if he isn't confident in what he has achieved. She either comes down to meet me halfway. I'm not climbing up. It's submission. My thing is, why? This should never be an argument, right? This right here should never happen. Ever. Ever. This shouldn't even be it, right? Now, if her values are all out of whack, this might happen, okay? But bump her values, who cares? Work on you, all right? Work on you. Elevate. Get better. Do your job better, quicker, faster. Increase your velocity. Get better. Any man that doesn't want to hear that is low value, but you need a purpose. You might be angry. Listen, if you're on the side of the coin and you don't understand what I'm saying at all, if you don't know what I'm saying at all, okay, it might be because you don't have a why in life. Let me tell you guys another quick short story because this actually just sparked my idea. I was looking at a video the other day. If you guys are familiar with Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman was an Olympian, you know, one of those bodybuilders, okay? Ronnie Coleman, his stretch was like from like 99, I want to say, until like 2008 or something like that, where he just won every Olympian world class back to back. This man has a true and clear purpose, okay? That's his purpose. And he's damn good at it. He's the best in the goddamn world at those years at that, okay? He went on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, all right, and just was talking to Joe Rogan. For those that don't know, Joe Rogan is like the #1 podcaster in the world. We're just talking with him. Joe's like, so what are you doing now, right? What he said low-key broke my heart, okay? Because he's gone through a string of back surgeries where he can no longer work out. So his purpose in life has been stripping away from him because he no longer has access to it. What he said was, now when he was talking about his purpose, he was da-da-da-da-da-da-da. When he started to talk about, okay, so what are you doing now? His voice dropped, his body language changed, and he said, you know, I can't really do that anymore. My body, he still works out, but he doesn't work out the same way that he used to. And now he's just like a grandfather that, you know, sits at home and he has millions of dollars in the bank, but he sits at home and now his purpose is his grandchildren. But to hear his decline in his tone when he was talking about where he was and the purpose that he had, which was his meaning in life and how much that he dedicated to be the best for years, for over a decade. And to hear the decline in his voice when he was talking about later on, what that told me is that as a man, we have to have a why in life. We have to have something that we're working towards and we are achieving. Okay? We have to. We have to establish that value. We have to. Let me go back down in there. Listen, I can't see much of any of the chats besides the super chats. Shout out to K Daisy. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. A lot of dudes in this red pill space are undercover betas and have no real world experience. They come in here and act tough on hard on women, shaking my head. You know, listen, bro. The thing is that, you know, I see you know, too many that blame women for their problems. I see it all the time. You guys don't see it as much as I do because it comes into my comments, right? So I see them on my phone and I'm looking at it and I'm just like, damn. And a lot of times, here's what happens. Sometimes they have a profile. And I'll go and I'll click on their profile and they'll have videos up. Their lives are complete anarchy. Anarchy. I'm like, I wouldn't even be friends with you. You wouldn't even have me as an acquaintance. Your life not set up like mine. You didn't put in the work. You stayed in your victim mindset and you dwelled in it. It's like it's popping to be a victim nowadays. All right? It's popping to be a victim. I'm not with that. I'm with doing the work. Why? Because I'm a man. That's what masculinity is. Shout out to K Daisy. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any super chats. Hold on, soldier. Analytics, viewer activity. Let me refresh this. All right, let me go back down in there. All right, guys, I'm going to open up the phone lines. The only red pill content creator I know that has no fear of checking himself or his subs. We're here to grow, not have our egos inflated. Jordan, I appreciate that, my G. I appreciate that. And listen, I know Jordan is a part of the Patreon gang, is a part of the Discord gang. And here's the thing, guys. I'm going to drop the link down in here as well. Here's the thing. If you didn't have the keys, it's never too late. It's never too late. Okay? What work are you doing to get to the next level? All right? Amongst my inner circle, the 108 that's a part of the Patreon, down in the Discord, we're showing each other resources, financial literacy, all right? Health and wellness, diet, okay? How you expect to get a 9 if you're overweight? How? I'm working out 5 days a week. I go to work 8-9 hours a day. I go to the gym, okay? I go to the gym. I hit a pull workout, a push workout, a leg workout, 3 different workouts, at least 5 times per week. And then I'm doing all of these, and I upload 1 video a day. What are you doing to establish your value? What are you doing? Huh? Let's open up the phone lines. Let's see who's going to call in. Let's talk about it. If you don't agree with me, men or women, call in. Even if you agree with me, you could call in as well. I'd rather get the people that don't agree with me to call in because let's talk about it. Shout out to Jordan. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Y'all want to come in here and act like I just fell into this shit. No, this was all me. This condo, it was all me. You understand me? 30-year mortgage. I'm going to finish this in less than 5. Less than 4. Probably less than 3. And that's all me. I created the value. I created it. And I want you to create value for you. That's what we got to talk about here today. All right? That's what we got to talk about. Hold on. Let me go back down and make sure I'm not missing any of the... Hold on. Shout out to Jordan. Oh, wait. I just saw that one. Shout out to Tom Brokaw. I'm a D-Sharp viewer. Nice channel you have, bud. Salud, bro. I appreciate that. Shout out to D-Sharp as well. Guys, I'm going to drop this link down in here right now. I'm going to drop this link down in here. I'm going to drop that link down in there. Oh, listen, I already know the fight's on. Hold up. I may need to hurry up. I need to hurry up. What up, Jay? What up, Uncle Jay? Doe, how are you? Let him know how hard we work. Yeah, I work fucking hard. And I'm not gonna pull any punches anymore. I'm not gonna call any shots. I just dropped the link that's down in there. At least I think that I did. Click on the link. Let's talk about it real quick. Okay? Yeah. Listen, I work for this shit, and I put in the time, the energy, and the effort. The time, the energy, and the effort, and the dedication to get in here with no kids, not married, all right? 2 degrees. Started doing 6 figures 7-8 years ago. 7-8 years ago. And I've gotten 2 promotions since that time. Started my own YouTube channel, created my own shit. So now I got some place that gives me money for my time, and now I have something that gives me money for my results. You understand me? All right? It's an entrepreneurial's mindset. If you don't have it, we can get you there. Get up on the Patreon, get up in the Discord channel, because I'm tired of this shit. We're going to rebuild this shit from the ground up, and we're going to do it with leadership and high integrity. Tired of this shit. I'm done with it. I'm not here for all of this complain and bitch and moan. And listen, at the end of the day, I know women a lot of times are crazy as hell. I know. And no matter if they're a 10, a 9, or a 0, or a 1, they could be just as crazy. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. All right? I understand that. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Fact of the matter is that you don't want the 0s, the 1s, the 2s. You don't want the -4s. You want the 9s and the 10s. And for you to think that 100% of the 9s and the 10s are completely unfuckwittable and they all want a Chad and a Tyrone, you are intellectually lazy. You are intellectually lazy. That's it? You stop at surface level? You don't go any deeper. First to the stage. Arenzi, what's good, my G?
Yo, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Man, I can hear you loud and clear, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
All right, bro. So listen, real
I'm
quick.
school myself.
Okay, you were breaking up just real quick. So looking at the image right there, I wanted to ask you the question, bro. Number one, how did you interpret this image? I'm pointing the wrong way. How did you interpret the image? Did you agree, disagree? Go ahead, take it away. What you got for us?
Okay, so my interpretation of it, given like where it's coming from, is that like I don't really care because I know what I'm doing and where I'm going in life.
Wait, hold up, real quick. Incorrect information, gaming. Okay, incorrect information. Okay, it depends if your mortgage has a prepayment penalty. Mine does not. Okay, mine does not. Anyway, my bad, bro. Keep going.
You're good.
My bad.
Yeah, it didn't matter to me because like I know what my pockets look like. I know what my morals are, and I know what I do and don't want. The problem that irritates me is that when these things are made by certain people, it's like, I'll say it like this: no group of people in America earn everything they have like black men do. We get no aid, no assistance, affirmative action, none of that.
You said black men don't get affirmative action?
Not the way that it, like from what I've learned, from what I've researched, is that
so let me comment on that real quick. I don't think that it wasn't true for me. Let me give you my
yeah, I was wrong on that statement. It's not absolute. But yeah.
But to make a statement like black men don't listen, I know women get the most benefit out of affirmative action, but to say a sweeping statement like black men don't get benefit of affirmative action is absolutely not true. That's just not true, bro.
That's not corrected, yeah.
That's absolutely incorrect. Let me tell you how I got it. And I know this. So like the undergrad that I went to, I had a very, and I talk about this on the channel as well. I did very averagely in school. I did very averagely. My SAT scores were very average. There are, I had white counterparts that got higher on the test with me. They had better GPAs, and they did not get into the same school that we went into, right? So like, I think it impacted me there again, there, and I think it also impacted me when I was going to my professional school. I ended up getting a full tuition scholarship as a direct result of this organization being funded by affirmative action input, right? So, but the thing is that I tried. I tried to apply for scholarships. I tried to apply to the school that I didn't think I was going to get in. And then for professional school, I tried to apply to the scholarship to get way more. My thing is, are people trying?
Oh yeah, no, I get your point completely. I'm just saying where I was irritated. Now, as
Okay.
far as like your entire point, I can address that too. But as far as
All right.
I was saying, yeah, like for black men, we have to work harder.
Facts.
So when I see people or just hear people compare their success to ours, like it's done with the same kind of merit or obstacles, it's irritating. That's
Okay.
where I took issue with this.
Okay. So are you talking about black women comparing to
Um,
black?
anyone really, but like in terms of like just this, it would be back up for this the context of this picture.
Okay.
Yeah, but as far as everything else you said, yeah, I agree. Like the men who have issue with hypergamy are the men who don't compete.
Facts.
If you're competing, you have no problem then. If you're not competing, then of course someone telling you no, I don't want you is gonna make you feel some type of way.
Yeah. See, my thing, bro. If you're not gonna compete, then go your
Yeah,
own
yeah,
way.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
Don't get
like,
mad.
don't be mad. Go your own way. I listen. I respect any choice that whatever it is that you want to make in your life. I respect it, but except for if you choose to compete, but then you
Yeah,
blame the other person and you don't take accountability for yourself and where you're at, right? I
yeah.
can't
No,
get
yeah,
on
I
that
get you.
jump
Yeah,
street.
yeah,
I can't get there with people because I know how hard I had to work. Like you
exactly,
said, black men have to work harder.
exactly.
I absolutely agree with that. But I think each and every one of us is up for the opportunity. Each and every one of us can do that. Each and every one of us can work harder than the next. We absolutely
Exactly.
can. And when I have these coaching calls with young black men, and we
Well,
go
I
through
mean,
how many hours that they're
MTR,
actually
MTR.
focusing on their purpose. How many hours are they actually versus watching sports all day, versus
Uh,
watching TV or watch versus do all this other shit. And right, like, and what I come to find time and time again is they're not focusing on the work, on
no,
creating, on
you're
innovating.
absolutely you're right. And like to also add on to what I was saying, in understanding that like if I'm competing, that doesn't bother me, right? At the same time, I can see the fuckery that's used behind hypergamy
Oh,
because
yeah.
you know
Go
what I
ahead, bro. I
mean.
didn't want to cut you. Go ahead.
Because like I live in Atlanta,
Yeah.
so I see some of the best looking black women in the country.
Right. Who ain't
But
shit?
yeah, who ain't
Right.
shit, right?
Right.
And the crazy part is that as you know, as high value as they are, dentists, lawyers, they're out here bumming with pookies. You know. Now, to me, I don't care. That's not my woman. She won't be my woman. She won't be my friend. But it's just funny when I see some of these, high status women who should have high status standards for men. At the same time, you'll see like, oh wait, you have a kid from a guy.
Bro, I think
Barely works at a gas station.
oh. Yeah, bro, but here's the thing. If that Atlanta dentist is if she is looking at you and she's up here, guess what? She's not really up here. She has no value.
Oh
Yeah,
no, no,
she
no. Again, like I'm not saying I've like put myself in that situation. I'm very observant.
okay.
So I like, something my dad told me that I always listen to is that some people don't need to get burned to know fire can burn you.
Okay.
So I just need to see it. I just want to watch it. I don't have to get touched to see that it's problem.
I
You know what I mean?
so yeah, no, I get it, bro. But here's the thing: is when we talking about unrealistic standards again. If she is doing this, that, and a third, but she's still messing with a Pookie and a reggae, she's a 4. I don't care what she looks like. She's a 4.
Well,
She's a 4 because she can't bang with me.
you're right.
She can't touch me. I'm not
No,
even
but
gonna look at her.
You're right, MTR. You're right. But that's the problem, though. Like, so how do you think society gauges high value for women?
I think it's very superfluous, right? Like it's very, I talk about and turn your volume 2 down, bro. I look like some people are like back up
My
from the mic
bad.
a little bit. My thing is that listen, men have to work for value. Women, depending upon what they look like, may not, right? And that's just the world that we live in. Who cares? You're a man, you know? You also don't get judged for banging as many women that you want, but they do. You understand what I'm saying? It's just we all got our pros and our cons of each gender. Who can to me to compare myself to a woman and say, "Damn, you didn't work you didn't work as hard as I do." I don't give a shit, but I'm a man, right? So I'm going to dominate my field. I'm going to be the best of the shit that I'm going to do cuz I have that shit in my control and I'm going to be accountable for that. I can't blame anyone else what I don't know about stock investing when there's millions of videos on the internet that will teach it to you. Step
you're right.
by step by step by step. So if she is someone who, maybe went through degrees and does this, that, and the third, and then she's banging with a Pookie and a Ray Ray, fuck her. She's not even in my peripheral. She's not even in my peripheral because she's garbage. Like she's unworthy.
But see, MTR, here's the difference between you and I, and probably most black men in my age group and probably yours.
Mm-hmm.
You had your dad. I had both my parents. And our dads, for the most part, were more assertive men, I'm going to assume, right? For you at least. So I'm pretty sure your dad probably taught you that at some point, shit doesn't matter. Only what you do does.
Yeah.
So keep in mind that a lot of the men who come into these red pill spaces as young black men are raised by women.
Right.
So their whole orientation is that of, okay, well, it should be 50-50 and, we're both the same and we both do this. But you and I both know that, look, as a man of a proper orientation, I will always have to put in more work than any woman I meet.
Yeah. I'm completely 100. I'm 100% with you. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna put in more work than you, as a man. I'm gonna outwork you. I'm gonna outdominate. And here's the thing: we should all have that. We should all have that while standing up brotherhood within us. But I'm gonna outwork you. I'm gonna do better than you.
That's the thing, though. You had your dad.
Facts.
See,
and here's what it is, bro. Here's what it is. I think. Being raised by your mother, you get this protective spirit. You get this protective sense. They protect you from shit, which causes a lot of entitlement.
Exactly.
Being raised by a father, he's going to put you in there, right?
Yeah, I'll give you a story.
Yeah, he's going to put you in there. He's going to make you work for it, right?
Exactly.
And then he's going to pull you back right before you kill yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's going to teach the discipline. He's going to teach the stick-to-itiveness. A mother may not. A mother is going to protect you from, no, that's my baby. No, he's working too. No, come over here, baby. Come and get this meal,
Exactly.
The pop's going to make you work.
The best way I can put it succinctly is that what's going on right now is that you see a lot of young men who were raised very protected but by their mothers, but are being put out into the world and expected to compete and not being prepared. And then these same men who were told from 0 to 25, hey, just do your, it'll be okay, don't try too hard, are getting hit over the head with all these expectations and standards and requirements that no one told them about.
Facts.
And then they're getting mad at their moms that project to other
Facts.
women.
Facts. All right, Arenzi, I got to move on, my bro. I
No, man, you're
appreciate you
good, bro.
100, man. I appreciate you coming through, man.
You're good, bro.
All right, man.
See ya.
Take care. Come back. Guys, listen. I got some more folks that's down in there. I want to consolidate some of the chats as well, to make sure that we're getting answers and replies from everybody. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, next to the stage. What up, Quincy? How are you, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, we can hear you loud and clear, man. What you got for us, man? What do you think about the image?
I'd say when I first initially looked at the image, I didn't really get too bothered by it. The main thing that I would probably say that I got pretty, I guess, a little irritated by is this level of essentially like perfectionism, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
As far as like the perfectionism, it's okay to both men and women. It's okay for somebody to have certain expectations of what people need to meet in order to date them, but in order to call a spade, in a way, every single how can I say every single everybody's little Jesus. I had it written down. I apologize.
Bro, it's good, man. I might need to come back to you, okay, so we can get the point, get in, get out. Go rewrite, and then I'll pull you back up in there.
All right, cool. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, bro. James, what's good, bro?
Hey, what's going on with you, man?
Man, ain't nothing, man. Trying to hit with a little bit of knowledge. Listen, before I get into it, I'm already watching my Patreon. Shout out to everyone that's signing up to the Patreon. Listen, it's gonna be an information. I'm gonna put the link down in there again. It's gonna be an information exchanging session. And here's the thing. My plan is I haven't come up with a particular cadence yet, but the hows, I'm not even gonna be doing that on YouTube. Like the how I got here, I'm not gonna be doing. I'm gonna be doing that on my Patreon. I'm gonna be doing it on my Discord. Okay, I'm gonna do it over there because number one, it's private, so I feel more comfortable talking about that stuff in that fashion over there. But they're gonna understand the how. And it's not like you have to follow me completely, but now you have an idea. Now you see the resources that I look at. Now you see the inside. Now you see someone that has a bit, master's of business degree, how I think about investing, finances. How am I improving my value? What is my strategy? Okay. Shout out to everyone that signed up for the Patreon. James, what's good though, bro?
So I don't see the issue with the depiction.
Okay.
I signed on a little late, so I don't know what your perspective is, but I really don't see much of an issue with it.
Yeah, so my perspective is I have no problem with hypergamy because I compete. Right? At the same time, I don't like gold diggers, right? I don't like the women that mask their hypergamy with gold digging. I don't like that, right? But at the same time, for folks to think that 100% of 8, 9s, and 10s are terrible human beings and are responsible for bullshit in our lives and raising all of bullshit, right? Like I just don't get with that prescription at all.
I don't either.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind me addressing that,
Go ahead, bro.
I actually put it back on the men. And I know some people in the chat may say that I may have a simp mentality or a beta mentality, whatever you want to call it. It's the man's fault because we are the ones that enable and allow this activity to take place.
I think it's both of our faults. I don't know if it's
Sure.
But keep going. But I don't want to cut you off. Keep going.
Yeah, no, you're fine. It's both sides' fault, sure, to a degree. But to put one's own complaints on somebody else, I'm really against that. So, like, I know we're speaking into colorism and stuff like that with regard to black men, black women, but you generally don't see this in other cultures. It's not really a color thing because you don't see it in the African culture that much either. It is a black thing with regard to black culture in the U.S., but it doesn't perpetuate itself as much in other cultures.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't think that it's wholly the man's fault. I think that there's a laundry list of reasons as to why black culture in America has divulged in the way that it has, and it has to do with uh, people who do not look like us. Has a lot to do with that, but then it also has to be incumbent on the people. It's like you have to, right, like um, it's like on both sides of the coin. I'm about to use an analogy that might get me in trouble, but let me think about that real quick. I'm about to say something insane, but
Yeah, take
it's like if you have had a crime perpetrated against you, okay, you have to punish the people that perpetrated the crime. But if you remain in the victim mindset the entirety of the remainder of your life, then that's your fault. If you never
right.
climbed up to anything else, then that is your fault. It is your fault. So I think like it's from my perspective, it's multiple reasons, but I care about black men. So there has to be more accountability from my perspective, from my platform. I'm gonna still talk about shit in the way that I talk about it, but at the same time, I may have to hit y'all from time to time in a way to make it true. If you're complaining about hypergamy, is it mostly because you are of low value? Are you complaining about hypergamy because they're gold diggers, or are you complaining about hypergamy because you're pathetic?
Right, right. I respect that. That's what I see predominantly in the black community. I mean, we aren't shit, generally speaking. I myself I'm an attorney, and I live in a predominantly white environment in terms of like at the actual state.
Yeah,
But even the blacks who are in this state, they're still not doing much.
yeah.
Let alone the states that have a ton of blacks. And so I do think it's important that we take it upon ourselves to do better. But I don't see there really being much light at the end of the tunnel at this point.
Listen, I think it starts grassroots, bro. It starts in channels like this. I think it starts from a grassroots perspective to be able to inform the blueprint of how to do it, of how to do it. And the fact of the matter is that you can't save everybody. You can't
Right.
save. You cannot save everybody, and that's fine. Not everybody deserves to be saved. It's fine. My pops told me. My pops is a school teacher, New York City school district, da da da, for 30 plus years. And what he always told me is, young men after the age about 15, 16, it gets increasingly harder to take them off that path, the path that they're going down. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? Listen, bro, I appreciate the comments. I appreciate you calling in. Let me move on to the next caller because I only got so much time and I got to get active here tonight. I got to go out in these streets and get dirty. All right? I appreciate you, my G. Oh, it looks like he took himself out. Just real quick, I saw this shit earlier today and this shit was like, I lost my mind and then I was like, yo, should I even cover this shit? Because it's so trashy. Hold on. Did y'all see this shit that happened in Washington Heights? Did y'all see this shit?
Two Newsies.
Hold on. Washington Heights, New York. Look at this shit.
Video from inside this Washington Heights bodega, where she's under attack, defending herself from punches and beer bottles thrown by a group of men and women on July 7th.
Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. That's men hitting women.
How do you feel seeing this for the first time?
I feel
Hold on, one more time.
Washington Heights bodega, where she's under attack, defending herself from punches and beer bottles thrown by a group of men and women on July 7th. How do you feel?
Bro, that's men using beer bottles to hit women. Crazy. It's crazy. But listen, there's bullshit on both sides of the coin. I'm here to call it all out. You understand what I'm saying? But we got to call a spade a spade. All right? We got to call it a spade a spade. I don't like low integrity bullshit. I don't like hood booger shit. The hood booger shit will forever keep us back. Forever. forever. Let me bring this shit back up on the screen. Crazy. Next to the stage. Oh, Quincy, what's good, bro? You got your point back?
Yeah, I got my point back. Appreciate you coming back for me.
No worries, bro.
Basically, I was gonna say the only thing that really bothered me was that just because you have standards doesn't mean that all of your standards have to be met. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, both men and women, get kind of stuck in their heads that, oh, because I have standards, everyone has to come up to my standard and meet, whatever expectation it is. Just because you have a standard of you only want to date right-handed people or left-handed people doesn't mean that all your standards have to be met. As stupid as the example is, but the point still stands.
Okay. It's kind of hard to hear you, bro. I think you said, I think you said not everyone should have every expectation that's met. Yeah, that's fine. I understand that wholeheartedly. You listen. At the end of the day, I got, I probably have unattainable expectations. You understand what I'm saying? But I can do that because I'm high value.
Yeah.
You understand? But you can create that when you're high value, right? But the topic of the conversation is complaining about other people's expectations when you don't have value yourself. Any comment on that?
Yeah, if you don't have value yourself, I would
the thing,
say,
bro. Let me get active real quick.
Right.
If you look down into the comment section and you see some of the comments that I was seeing that are lambasting women for having expectations, right? First of all, I don't bang with any chicks that don't have expectations at all. Now they have to be realistic. They have to be realistic expectations. And here's another thing: I don't bang with any dudes that don't have expectations, that don't have value. I don't put low energy around me, right? Yeah. I hit you up and you always talking about some bullshit that happened, some fight that you just got into. I don't even bang with friends. My guy friends don't do that. My guy friends are on some next level, accomplishing, taking over the picky in the brain, taking over the world type shit. That's what they on. You understand me?
No, yeah.
At the same time, high value people, high value men would look in the comment section of that post and be looking at the dudes commenting, blaming women, and be like, the fuck? Because high value men take a look at what this post is and it doesn't bother them at all because they competed. All these athletes and shit like that, you know how much time that they put into the gym to become the best at the best of the best?
What they did, yeah.
They competed and they won. They competed. Anyway, bro, I don't want to take over your point. Keep going.
No. You're fine. I was gonna say that as much as you don't fuck with women, or I would advise anybody not to fuck with anybody that doesn't have any expectations. I would also, me personally, I would also extend that same level of not fucking with people to the people who have unrealistic expectations. You always hear about people like, I'm going to be the next designer, I'm going to start my business, I'm going to do this. I mean, more props to you, actually working hard, or at least trying to work hard towards your business. But everyone thinks they're going to be the next, Virgil Abloh. Everyone thinks they're going to make the next Easy brand. Everyone thinks they're going to be the next billionaire. I mean, realistically, it's really not going to happen. The only thing that you could really do is work as hard as you know that you can and exceed those expectations just a little bit. It's like the saying, you want to give 110%. Doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to get 110% of the profit return. You want to give that effort in to get as high as you can get. If you make the next clothing line and it's only worth, I don't know, 100,000, or it's only worth 10,000, that's still good. You're still making accomplishments. You're still making moves.
It's all about, you got to have a backup plan, right? Like, it's not like sometimes you can't just go full steam in an idea and a vision. But that's the thing, is how do you create a backup plan, right? Like, what is the best investment strategy from a new business idea perspective versus some stable income that you exchange your time for money? What should be that mix, right? And a lot of people don't have answers to those questions, or they just go full steam ahead and then they end up falling face down, flat on their face, because they don't have access to the resources. They don't have access to understand the risk of the decisions that they're making. But that's what I'm trying to solve. I'm trying to solve, how can I illuminate the scope of opportunity in this world for you, black man? How do I do that? And then how do I lower the likelihood of failure while increasing the likelihood of high value? That is my goal. That is my mission. Now, real quick, bro, I gotta head out of here. I got like, the chat is packed.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make 2 more points real quick. I was just gonna say that first point. I think that's a good mentality to have, but everybody isn't cut from the same cloth. Not everybody has that same mentality to be forward thinking. They're stuck on one path and they just go down that one path. I would say, to be business savvy, you would have to have the ability to think a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, and kind of inter branch those paths, just so it can become quick. And then the last thing I wanted to say was, I know we're really hopping on low quality people, more specifically the men currently right now, because I know I do see a lot of people in here that say some off the wall stuff sometimes. But
okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. I got to move on to the next person, man.
Okay, yeah,
I appreciate you.
On, man. Take care.
Right,
Love
take care. And come back through, Quincy. All right, next to the stage. Look like there's a lady down in there. Miss Jackson, if you're not in there, I can't bring you up. Something's wrong with your you don't have your mic connected, Miss Jackson. Next to the stage.
Whoa.
What up, bro? How are you?
Chilling, man. How you living, MTR?
Man, I'm doing A-okay, man. Hopefully all is well with you, man. What you think about the stream? What you think about the image?
Man, I mean, I gotta say, I think you're sharing some real wise perspective here in regards to the differentiation between high value males and individuals, how we can break certain cultural challenges that we have in regards to our perceptions of ourselves and the opportunities that we have, and being able to interact and attract higher level compatibility. You know what I'm saying? Because, I think a lot of us probably who are consuming content from brothers like yourself probably gone through red pill rage at some point, experienced the frustration of seeing what's going on, seeing how women are selecting their males, and it can be frustrating when you feel like you don't meet up to those qualities. But I do feel like it's an opportunity at the same time to level your game up, to perform at a higher level as motivation, because there's nothing that's going to motivate most men as much as women.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if anything, we really want their standards to be as high as possible, because that's what's going to make us want to go to the next level.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, like, everything you're saying, I'm really rocking with, and I'm wondering if I hope cats are really hearing you, because I feel like you're coming at, like I said, on a real, more mature understanding of the situation. I feel like a lot of cats, are more likely to want to complain rather than just step their game up.
Facts. Listen, it's not going to be easy. Your sense of fulfillment will be a lot better later in life if you focus on improving yourself as opposed to complain throughout your life. Because you're going to be complaining at 25, you're going to be complaining at 35, you're going to be complaining at 45, you're going to be complaining at 55. I don't complain.
Yep.
I love life. I love the fuck out of life. I wake up each day like, what viscosity do I want today?
Real talk.
That's what it is. But that's what you can do when you're high value. That's when you go traveling. That's when you go that's when you go traveling with your boys, and it's a movie. It's a movie. Because you have value. Because you have perspective. Right, like you have, and the thing is as well, I know that this is black men, black women that's in this picture right here. Listen, as a black man, the cultural world is your oyster. You understand what I'm saying? It's your oyster. No matter if it's a black woman that has an expectation, what you think these other women don't have expectation? They don't have standards, right? Like so you got to be high value to get those as well. The only others that don't feel like that you don't have to get high value from is you go down to Dominican Republic and you buy yourself something, or you go to Thailand and you buy yourself something. But that short-term benefit, that short-term gain, There's nothing like actually stepping yourself out, because if you do not do that, if you do not have a why in life, you cannot achieve complete self-actualization and happiness. Anything
Straight
else to
up.
say, bro? Anything
No,
else to
yeah,
say?
man. No, I gotta say, you know what I'm saying? Salute to you, bro, for just like I said, those statements, those expoundings, I feel like are what's gonna take us culturally, community-wise, to the next, you know what I'm saying? Like to the next level of ascension. You know what I mean? Because I think exposure has a lot to do with how we think, right? And so I think it's unfortunate that sometimes when we're, landlocked in our local communities, we aren't aware as to what our value is in other parts of the world and how people perceive us as African American men, African American females, and such from outside of our borders. I think it gives us, maybe a little bit more of appreciation of saying, you know what, maybe the cards aren't always dealt in our absolute favor, but depending on how we use it, it could come back around and give us the opportunity to win in a different way. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I think sometimes it's just so easy to view life like, man, the world is against us, be casting light because of my skin. But at the end of the day, I think adversity is one of your greatest assets. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're dealt a tough hand, you have the opportunity to come up higher than those who aren't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's really just how you want to perceive your situation. You want to give in and just give up, throw in the towel. It's like, go ahead and do that. But then you're forever going to linger in that dissatisfaction that we all know, or most of us know, is not a fun feeling. So everybody at some point has felt discontent. That's very familiar. So with knowing that, do I want to live like this for the rest of my life? Probably not. So what do I got to do? What I got to put in place to make sure that, maybe I got to have some tough days in the near future, but in the later future, I know for a fact I'm going to be good because of the work that I'm putting in now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to have that long-term mindset. We got to invest into the later days because that's just the game we're playing. Life is longer than most of us think. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and make an investment today that can get us through, but later on, we're going to be grateful for how we treated ourselves.
Facts. Brother,
You know
you,
what
were
I'm
just
saying?
spitting, you were just spitting right there. Listen, this better not be your last time that you call in. Okay? This better not be the last time. We need brothers' contributions like yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, man. Real talk, man. It's love out here from the Northwest, man. Stay safe out here, bro. I'm definitely rocking with you, man. Appreciate the message you emit to the people. Real talk. It's felt. Know that it's felt. Real talk, MTR.
Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. All right, bro.
Straight up,
Thank
man.
you.
Take care, bro.
Peace. Woo! That brother was spitting right there. What I was thinking about is what he was saying. And one of the things that he said is that life is long. Yeah, that's a fact. Life is very long. I don't care if you're 28 and you felt like time is up. It's not up. Your life is long as shit. I don't care if you're 35, my age, and you feel like time is up. It's not up. You got a lot of time. I don't care if you're 55 and you feel like time is up. It's not up. Time is not up. You can start today to put in the work. You can start today. You can start now to put in the work. I want to show you how to be able to do that. I want to be able to show you. All right? It's time to start getting uncomfortable. So later on in life, you can get comfortable. All right? Work 2 years like others won't. Live the rest of your life like others can't. Next to the stage. Hey, Miss Jackson.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So what you think about the picture and then my perspective here today?
So I have to agree. And I look at this picture like the boy is not even trying. He just puts his hand up and he's like, I can't. There is no attempt to even jump up to the first rail, see if he can get up and climb. He's just like, I can't. Can you come down here so you can make it easy for him to see the girl? And for me personally, I can think back in school, I always competed against the white kids because I wanted to be good, because they were at a certain level that I wanted to be in. A lot of them were applying for colleges in junior year, while the rest of us were waiting like months before we graduate to actually apply. And I'm like, guys, I'm competing against that. And I remember I got like a 21 on the ACTs. And I was like, that's bad. Do you know that the other Black kids were like, oh my God, that is so good. Like, I wish I got that. And I'm like, that is horrible because the people I'm competing against are getting 24 and above. And they've already did it like 5 times. So I'm like, you guys are surrounding yourself with people who are not pushing you. And you can look in life where if your friends are not doing anything, they're not pushing you or they're not pushing themselves, they're not going to be competition for you, because you should look at your friends and be like, man, look at him, let me step up my game. And that's what I want, like in a man, where he's doing good to the point where I'm like, I need to step up my game so I can be just as much at his level, because
Yeah.
it's motivation for me to have someone who is every day doing what he needs to do, because it makes me want to do just as much to be at that level as well.
Facts. You know, I think it's a fantastic point right there. And I talk about all the time about the energy that you have in and around you, and the importance of making sure that you have people that are trying to accomplish things around you, who are not focused in low energy, or always focused in complaining, or always focused in victimhood, or always focused in kind of let's get this short term shit popping, and not focusing long term thinking. I think from the black community's perspective, one of the biggest things that we miss out on is this focus of short term thinking. This just thinking about what do I got to do until next week, right? Or what do I got to do? But there's a lack of a thought of where do I see myself in 5 years, in 10 years, right? And I think that if we switch the foundation of how we think about those things in that manner, it could be done so in a way where you focus on discipline, not going out to study and do this, right? Like discipline, not doing these, banging with this, or from a man's perspective, focusing on a woman, right? Focusing on a woman, focus to build yourself up in your formative years to be the best that you can be. But there could be balance. There could be balance, right? You could mess with them from time to time. I'm not saying that. That's what I was doing. I always had something that was going on, but I made sure when it was time to get busy, I got busy. You understand?
So yeah, so when guys are in their purpose and doing their own thing, women are gonna naturally notice. They're gonna see like a guy and be like, "Oh my gosh, look at him. He has a business, or he's doing his job. He's a really good guy because he's on his purpose." As well, I
Facts.
think with the black community is there is no expectation. I was a math tutor. And when I start expecting the students that I tutor to get a certain grade or to put in their homework, they came back to me and were like, I got that goal. I was able to achieve that.
Yeah.
And we stop expecting each other to be at a certain level.
Yeah.
Our standards have gone down themselves, and even my parents, I'll get an A on a spelling test. I'll be so happy. And my mama is like, I expected that of you. You're supposed to do that. You're
Yeah.
supposed
It's
to
the
get
bare
A's.
minimum.
You're supposed to do that. As well as it's just a thing of just being motivated, keeping good people around you who are going to expect more from you, as well as we are so short term. Think about the stimulus checks for those who didn't really need it. Like they had a job, they were still doing good in this. What did you do with that money? Did you invest
Facts.
it? Did you put it somewhere? Did you save it? How many people actually spent that money on stupid stuff instead of actually
It's a
thinking about
fact.
what can I do with this little bit of money and make it more? And I feel like black community is not thinking about wealth. They think because you don't
They
have
don't
much
understand it.
now, you can't gain it later. No, you take the little bit now that you have, give it to your next generation. Tell the next generation, build this up to double. Now give it to your next generation, and they're going to triple it. And then soon enough, you have a legacy that you started that has become what little bit you had here has become like maybe a multi-million dollar company or a beautiful, like well established family legacy.
Yeah,
It has to start with
I think
someone.
it's very important to be able to focus on long term, and you bring up a lot of different points that I think is true. And you're talking about at a tactical level, actual examples of you were given money here. What did you do with it? Right? Did you invest it, or did you go buy kicks with it? Let me also tell a quick short story. Right before I got on this call, I was looking outside. I heard like some commotion right outside of my crib. I open up my window. I look down that side, right? I look outside, and I'm looking down, and it's a man and a woman, black man, black woman, and they're like going at each other's throats, right? So like they're arguing and all this shit on the middle of this main ass street, and I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? So then I'm looking at the dude. The dude, had on a clean tee, looked like he was shopping. He had like a Nike bag, Nike fitted. You know what I'm saying? Looked like a pretty well put together dude. You know what I'm saying? And she's talking to him, and what she was saying something like, "You're acting like a child right now." Da, da, da. I couldn't really hear what he was saying because he had a mask on his face, but he was clearly irate. He was clearly irate. And then I look at her, and she's not a chick I would ever talk to, ever. She's shaped like a grenade. Okay? I would never talk to. So, and then I say to myself, oh, okay. She has the ability to talk to him like that. You're acting like a child because he has a scarcity mindset, because he has no value. He doesn't own anything. Because a man of high value would never tolerate words like that, ever, under no circumstances. No circumstances. So my thing is, yes, can he get mad at that woman in that situation and get on the internet and start, man, I can't stand women, they always acting like da 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 da? Or could he worked on his purpose earlier in life so he didn't have to deal and tolerate with that bullshit? Which one?
Oh yeah.
Pick your goddamn poison. I know what I'm gonna pick. Everyone in my Patreon, they know what they're gonna pick. They're gonna put the work in to be high value. You understand? Anything else to say, Miss Jackson? I gotta move on. I got a ton of other people down in there.
Okay, so real quick, it's kind of a little bit off topic, but I work in the banking industry, and this is kind of warning for everybody out there. We're having a lot of people call in for fraud about gift cards. And if you have anyone who is older, like senior citizen age, older, who has a computer, a smartphone, or anything like that, they have been getting calls about their technology not working and to go out and get gift cards. These people are losing money because a lot of banks are not giving them that money. So if you have family members or anybody, please let them know. Do not respond to these calls, to call someone they trust, because they are trying to get money out of them through gift cards, as well as don't let people do free trials either, because they'll take their money too. So just to let everybody know, just make sure you have that.
There it is. I didn't know about that, so I appreciate the information, Mama. All right? Miss
All right,
Jackson,
thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate you. Call back anytime. All right?
All right.
All right, bye. All right, guys, listen. I see a ton of other folks that's down into the lobby. Listen, this won't be the last type of discussion that we have in on this. I won't be able to get through everybody because I gotta head out of here in a few, so I apologize if I do not get to you. Next and probably last to the stage, Intro. How are you, bro?
Easy, my G. You know how we do. Red Cup Gang in the building.
Red Cup Gang. Red Cup Gang. What's good, my G? Cheers, cheers, cheers. Salud, salud. My bad. I took off the branding today, so I was like, forgot it was Red Cup Talk. But yeah, bro. So what you got, man?
One time for the one time, my G. One time for the one time. You know, like I've been having this issue for a minute, so I kind of like unsubscribed to a majority of like red pill content creators. Cause like it was kind of eating into my time for my purpose. You feel me?
Yeah.
Cause like for me, YouTube is an educational tool. If you're trying to do like STEM related things, like programming and anything that's STEM related, there's so many resources on YouTube that can help you along your purpose. And I noticed like people spend so much time complaining about hypergamy, but if you look at all the energy you spend on complaining about women and other trivial issues in life, if you could take that same amount of energy that you spend on like looking for negative shit, but put that into your purpose, you won't have shit to complain about. You won't have the time factor to be looking at hypergamous reactions. You feel me?
Facts. Facts. That it's so true, bro. Like, you know, when I was growing up, I didn't even have access to the internet, like, because it wasn't created yet. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't created yet. It wasn't until about 97, 96, 97 that it was like thing and it had 56K. But now, into the 2000s, if you in your 20s right now, there's no excuses. You have every resource available to figure out whatever it is that you want to do. You just got to make the time to figure it out. Spend less time consuming entertainment, more time creating. What are the resources that you are utilizing to help improve yourself? You understand? Like, I know you get that, but it's something that we have to be able to talk about from a perspective of increasing the value, right? I think it's just a lot more healthy to be focusing that.
Facts. And here's another thing, bro. It's like so easy for now to get on the internet and yeah, this, that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking within. That's why like my handle changed to the introspective male because I started to realize, yo, if I'm coming across this problem over and over again, clearly I'm the issue, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna relinquish the position of self-responsibility and taking responsibility for things that I've created in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather look within and see what I can apply in my immediate life to improve my circumstances, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Yeah, I get it, bro. You know, so but it starts grassroots. You know, it starts from the bottom up. You know, like I see I looked at Kevin Hart. He's doing some, at least I think he's still doing some program with like Chase Bank. Da 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 da. It's hard to relate with people that are already rich. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to relate, right? That because they seem too far removed, too far gone. You know what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, you know, I feel like it has to start from the bottom up. And, you know, I am not a Kevin Hart, right? Like, and I can see and I understand my hustle, my journey, right? And I sought guidance and I got guidance and I just followed the path and I had people with a helping hand try to help and pull me along. You know, at the same time, I relinquished the low energy and I made sure that there was nothing but people who were striving for the best that they can possibly accomplish in their life. I sought it out, and if I saw any low energy shit, I removed myself. And then what happened? You start to get one building block on top of another, and then you could get your own crib. You can get your own car, right? You can command more money. Your resume starts to build. You have more knowledge regarding investing and financial independence, and then it's not you're not doing what your parents did, which was work until 65 and then rely on Social Security. Like you don't have to live like that. You don't have to do that. I'm on a financial independence journey. I want to be able to have fuck you money is what I'm trying to have. Like at the end of the day, where I don't have to deal with anyone's shit. Because from a relationship perspective, I'm high value. From an employment perspective, I'm high value. And at any given time, I'm out because I'm high value. But that's the power of being high value. A lot don't understand it like that.
And I just want to touch on that whole thing because what happened with me when I started to like take my purpose really, really serious is that a lot of the people that I used to bang with, I just didn't either have the time to entertain them. Wait, hold up. If you want loyalty, get yourself one of these. Stop looking for loyalty from women, yo. If you want loyalty, get a dog. But
what type of breed is that?
I don't know. It was a gift.
Okay, that's a large gift.
Yeah, an expensive gift too. So if you can't even maintain a dog, why are you trying to be busy with women, y'all? You feel me? So so my issue is that once you really get onto your purpose, a lot of people aren't gonna be on. Oh, come on now. A lot of people aren't gonna be on your vibration. You're gonna be trying to do bigger things. You're gonna be so focused on being an expert on your shit that people are gonna bring fuck energy into your life, and you don't have the time to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? So I can't blame women if they say, "Yo, try and get onto my level." And if you're not even trying, then like, yo, man, like, what's your issue? You got self-esteem issues more than anything else. You know what I'm saying? But
Facts.
men,
Yeah,
we gotta look at ourselves and see would you want your daughter to be with a nigga like you? And if the true honest answer is no, then do the work, bro. Do the work. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro. That's like I was just thinking of like an Instagram video of a dude is like getting into the car with his mans, and he's like, "Yo, man, I just saw like this new commercial regarding real estate investment, da da da." And then and he looks over towards this dude, and this dude goes, "Yo, but the bitches last night though, da 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 da." Like, and the dude who's talking about the real estate and upgrading is just like looking at the camera, like, you know what I'm saying? It's that old age meme of like, you know, like I think that's at the point that they realize that, you know, he's got to remove that type of energy because the focuses are inherently different. You know what I mean? Intro, anything else to share, bro? I got to get out of here.
Yeah, man, y'all need to start buying books, man. If you can't get high quality people in your life, take that $65 or whatever and go invest in a good book. And you know, step your mentality up, man. There's resources out here. You don't have to be on Instagram all day looking at dopamine trips. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Buy a book. Get into the game, man.
Word. Buy a book. I like audiobooks. I don't like to read. I like to listen to shit. Whether I'm working out or in the shower or some shit, I like to listen to shit. I'm not so much of a reader, but the resources are out there. All right, intro. I'm about to head out of here, man. I appreciate you. As always, man. Thank you for the words. All right, guys, listen, I'm about to head up out of here. I got to go get active tonight. For all 200 that are still down in here, do me a favor, go hit up the like button. I haven't done a good job of reminding y'all throughout this stream. Go up and hit the like button for me. We'll wholeheartedly appreciate that. Listen, we went through a long conversation. We went through a lot here today, okay? We talked about expectations. We talked about standards. We talked about how true that they are. But here's what I wanted to leave you with is at the end of the day, who cares what her expectations and standards are? Who cares? I care what your value is. Let's work together and increase that value. I put my Patreon link, that's down there as well. I'm going to start doing live streams direct for the Patreon and talk through the steps. This is what you have to think about. Here's what you have to focus on. The steps from beginning to end. Okay? We got to start talking about this. We got to start getting in there. Let's get in there one step at a time. Okay? Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Mediocre Colorism Reviews at gmail.com. That's my email. Y'all got questions, let me know. Okay? Let me know. All right? Listen, at the end of the day, it's a journey. It's a long journey. You got to start here today. Let's improve all of our values together. Let's do that. I appreciate the conversation here tonight. All the callers that came through, I appreciate y'all 100. All the ones that had to leave because I'm about to leave, come through next chat. We'll get it in next chat. You understand me? Until next time, YouTube.